Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about the topic MIME. MIME is an acronym for Multipurpose Internet Mail Extension Protocol. It is a way of identifying files on the internet according to their nature and format. It is used to describe message content type. Content type is nothing but what type of document it is. As I already told, it is a way of identifying files on the internet. Suppose if you want to access any document through internet means, you are going to access a document by giving the domain, right, www. something. So you are going to request the resources from the server. The server in turn receives the request and prepare the response and send the response back to the client. So in the response header, it should specify what type of document it supports. Say for example, if it specifies text bar HTML means it is a plain text document. So that we call it as a content type. This content type should be specified in a HTTP response header. My message can contain not only text messages, it also contains images, audio, video, and other application-specific data such as PDF files and Word documents. Uses. It is used to make internet messages richer, which means it is not just a plain text. It should also contain audio, video, images, and so on. It allows application and users to exchange rich content other than text that we already discussed. It is an extension to the original email specification RFC 822. It is nothing but a standard. RFC is nothing but request for command. 822 defines message representation protocol, specifying considerable detail about viewers ASCII message. That is the encoding standard that should be specified in RFC. It is defined in RFC 2045 through 2049. These are standards. That is RFC 2045 means it specifies various headers used to describe the structure of a MIME message that should be written in RFC 2045. In 2049, it describes the MIME confirmation criteria as an illustrative example of my message formats that should be specified in RFC 2049. A request for command is a document published by IETF, that is the Internet Engineering Task Force, describing an internet standard. See, always they are maintaining an internet standard for exchanging information. Exchanging electronic information, they have to maintain a standard. For that, they are using some encoding standards like ASCII format. Next, we move on to the MIME format. So, the MIME content type should be specified as type or subtype. Some typical examples are text bar plain, which means it is a plain text document. It can be opened in a notepad. As I already told, this content type should be specified in a HTTP response header. So, what type of response, what type of file it should be received, and it should be opened accordingly. That should be specified in a content type, right? So, application bar vnd.ms Excel, which means it is Excel document. Application /PDF, which means it is a PDF document. Text bar HTML, which means a HTML document. Text bar CSS, which means a CSS document, that is a richer interface document. How it is used? MIME is passed as a part of content type of message header. As I already told, this content type is specified in a HTTP response header. See, this is a sample HTTP response header. The first line it indicates HTTP 1.x is nothing but a version. 200 is nothing but a status code, and OK is nothing but a phrase. If the phrase is OK means the resource what you are going to request is present in the server. The server in turn provide the response in the form of text bar HTML. See here, the content type mentioned here is text bar HTML. So the response should be open automatically in Notepad file. If it is in a text bar PDF means it should be opened in an Acrobat Reader or anything else which support PDF document. And here cassette equal to UTF-8, which is nothing but a encoding standard. Support for different languages. As I already told, the content type field should be mentioned in a message header. The content type field, why the content type field is specified means we should identify the file type. For that only the content type field should be specified. And another thing is, cassette here is optional. The content type field, cassette is optional. If the cassette is not given, it automatically it will take as ASCII format. Here the content type is text bar plain and cassette is ISO 88591, which means it extends the basic character set, that is ASCII into include many of the ascended characters, which means for example, if a character is A, at the top of A there should be some tilde symbol. That we call it as ascended characters. That should also supported by the MIME. That is cassette ISO 88591. Next, move on to encoding. See here, binary files need to be packed as a text in order to send over the internet. See, why we are packing the binary files into text? The problem with sending normal binary data to a network is that bits can be misinterpreted by underlying protocols, producing incorrect data at receiving node. So, for that purpose only, we are converting the binary files into a text document or text. So it uses a base64 binary encoding scheme to package the data for transfer. This is nothing but initially the normal text should be converted into a binary file. The binary file is again encoded with the help of base64 encoding scheme, and then it will be transferred to a receiver. The receiver in turn decode the message and convert back into its original form. Let us see the example for base64 encoding. This is a normal text. This normal text is converted into a binary file, and the binary file is again encoded with the help of base64 encoding. The encoded text is given here. This should be decoded with the help of this tool and converted back into its original form. In order to understand the clear understanding purpose of base64 encoding, we move to next slide. This is a clear understanding of base64 encoding scheme. First, we will look at the procedure for base64 encoding scheme, and then we move on to an example. Let us take an example. We have to encode a string menon into base64 format. Let us call menon as an input string. This we stored as an input string. So it can be converted into base64 encoding, right? After converting into a base64 character set, the converted character set's index should be placed in a cassette, and the resultant encoded string should be placed as a result underscore str. Let us take the first 3 characters from the input string, that is men. Since each character size is 8 bits, it will occupy 8 into 3, 24 bits. So group them into a block of 6 bits. 24 by 6, which means 4 blocks. We need to separate it into 4 blocks. That is, we are going to specify the ASCII value for M, E, N, and then convert the ASCII value into a binary value from the given binary value, we need to block, we need to display in a block of 6 bits. So 24 bar 6, it will be 4 blocks. So why we are using 6 here means 2 cross 6, which is nothing but 64 characters. So 6 bits should be represented normally in characters. So for that purpose only we are using 6. So convert each block of 6 bits into its corresponding decimal value. The decimal value is put in the index of char set. So for each 3 characters from input string, we will receive 4 characters. So why 4 characters means, here we are having 4 blocks, so 4 characters. So first we have only taken the 3 characters, meaning after that the left input string will get processed. First we need to consider this 3 characters first with a detailed example, and then we move on to the left input string on. See here, men on. I am going to take only a men first, that is first 3 characters. Before that, see here, the ASCII value of M is 77, E is 69, N is 78, O is 79, and N is 78 again. For this ASCII value, they are representing a binary data here. The binary data, they need to, starting from left, make blocks of 6 bits. So from the starting leftmost bit to 6 bits. So 0, 1, 00, 1, 1. Likewise, they have to specify 6 bits. In the last bit, 2 bits are missing. For that, we need to append 2 more zeros. See here, the rightmost block is less than 6 bits. Just append zeros to the right of that block to make it 6 bits. So here we have to append 2 zeros to make it as 6. So first we need to take 3 characters only from input string main, that is 24 bits. That is each bit have 8 bits. So 2 power 3, which is equal to 24 bits, and find corresponding decimal value index to char set. For M, see here, we have converted into a 6 blocks, right? So for the decimal value of this binary data is 19. And similarly, for this the decimal value is 20, and similarly this 21, and similarly this 14. As I already told, for 3 characters in input string you will receive 4 characters, right? Because here we have 4 blocks. For 3 characters we have 4 blocks. So accordingly, you will have you have to take 1, 2, 3, 4. So for the 4 binary data, you need to specify the decimal value, and the char set of 19, which is represented as T here, and 20 is U, and 21 is V, and 14 is O. So our input string is men. The converted 64-bit encoding scheme is, and the result is TUVO. For men, you have, for 3 characters, you have 4 characters here. Right. Now let us take remaining characters O1. So menon is our input string. So now we are going to concentrate on the remaining left behind string, that is ON. We have to pad the resultant encoded string with 1. That is equal to, as number of characters is less than 3 in input string. See, here input string left is on only, O1. Initially we need to take 3 bits, 3 characters, meaning, but here only 2 characters. So we have 8 bit, 16 bits. So blocks will be 16 by 6, which is equal to 2 blocks. And rightmost 4 bits will not make a proper block. That is, 1 block equal to 16 bits, right? So see here, already we have taken 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? Here we need to specify 6, right? See here, 0 1 0 0 1 1 is 6, and then 1 1 0 1 1 0 here, and then here we need to append 2 more zeros to get a block, right? So the corresponding decimal number is 19, 52, 56. So the equivalent character is T04. So here you need to add extra equal to. You need to pad this. Why we need to pad this is we have only 2 characters left begin, but one character is missing, right? So we have to pad resulted encoded string with 1. That is equal to, as number of characters is less than 3 in input string. So we need to append equal to here. So the input string is manan, and the final output, that is final output, which means the base 64 encoded scheme output is output we get is TUBOTO4 equal to. This is the output for the given input string. So what is the basic procedure for base 64 encoding scheme is convert the input string into binary data first, and the binary data, after getting the binary data, you need to again convert it into a encoded format, that is text format. These text format only transferred over internet. At the receiving end, it should be get decoded, and the corresponding input should be gathered from the encoded scheme. Sending large messages. See, for sending a single word, that is manan, we should get lot of procedures, right? If it is a large message, means the process should get quite complex. The message client split into smaller parts. So this type of message, which we call it as the multi-part messages. So for multi-part messages, the content type should be multi-part or related, or multi-part or mixed. That's all, students. Thank you.